Welcome back to Sip2Tallys Films. I'm your host, Coach Evans. And today we excuse me, we're gonna talk about the Baltimore's victory over the Rams last night. 37-31. Ended on an amazing Tylan Wallace punt return in overtime after what I thought to be a clutch drive by Lamar to give the Ravens the lead. Kind of gave it up defensively. Certain individual kind of had a bad drive. That entire drive, and they tied it up and ended up going overtime. But this is really my recap of the game and kind of go through some things and whatnot. We'll talk about a few things here and there, and let's kind of dig right into it. So first off, the first thing, I walked into work today kind of feeling a little bit like this. This was my tone getting in here today. Just beat my chest because we know what transpired with the deep passes and being able to get vertical for the first time in a long time. That's something that we've been missing in our offense. And granted, the defense didn't play up to its normal standard. There comes a time when the offense has to carry the defense, and today the offense, did what they needed to do to get the victory. And I always give the Eagles credit, and even though I know they lost last night, but I always give the Eagles credit when they find ways to win, because good teams find ways to win. We found the way to win yesterday. Offense wasn't playing great. They played good enough. Defense definitely wasn't playing great. They were gashing us in the run. They got some play action pass stuff that really bothered me, but for the most part, we just found a way to win. Unsung hero came off the bench who wasn't even the technical starter at the time, came in as a sub and made a play. And I think all 22 highlighted a bunch of guys that made blocks on that play from the TV angle. The main one that stood out to me was the last one by Justice Hill. He just completely annihilated whoever that was that he was blocking and sprung Tylan Wallace, to finish that run for the touchdown. So just kind of get into, what transpired and what went on from the game and just go from there. All right, let me get my next one up. Excuse me. So again, by now, we've seen this iconic run. We've seen, the multiple angles or whatnot. But this is the angle that I really love. This is the angle that I love the best. This end zone angle shot by one of the, I think, local Baltimore news stations. You see Tylan Wallace feeling the punt back there. And just all the different blocks. And the guys do a good job of either getting in front of people or shielding them off. And look at that by Justice Hill at the end on number 42. I think 42 might be the punter. Great job. Great job of just total team effort, man. The total team effort of selfless sacrifice for a teammate. You got blocked by Jalen Norman Davis. You got Deshaun Phillips. You got Darryl Worley. You got Darby. You got Justice Hill. Now you got the entire team sprint down to celebrate a victory. Great team play, man, from a team, a bunch of guys that's coming together as a team. Look at all these special teamers out there. All these guys that barely get to play. Robinson, Justice Hill, Charlie Kolar, Ross, Deshaun Phillips. Just went hard for this one play. Not to say that they don't go hard on other plays, but this one just stands out because we won the game off of it. Missed time. He took out two guys. Darby and Worley back there taking people out. Look at them on the sideline. Look at Lamar. Look at the coaches. Great effort. Even I was ecstatic, sitting in my room watching the game. Just it was a thing that it's one of them games you won't really forget in the near future. You won't forget in the near future, like where you were, what happened, and how it happened. And lastly, speaking on top, Tylan Wallace's run, I just love this slow motion of him flipping in the end zone and just throwing the ball away. Look at the crowd, man. Look at the crowd. Let me go back. Look at the crowd. You guys, look at the crowd just exploding. I know the bank was stupid. Look at all these people. I know the bank the electricity in the air was stupid for the game. But again, didn't play well. We found a way to win. And that's all that really matters, man. You just find ways to win. That's the best case scenario. When you're not playing your best, whether it be offensively or defensively, you find ways to win. And the Ravens did a good job of doing that Sunday. But let's kind of get into the numbers of the game and whatnot and what went on and then go from there. All right, starting with the actual scoring, this actual scoring recap. And you see it, they scored first. We came back with a 54-yard pass from Isaiah Likely, which I'm really liking the offense with Likely in it. Not to say Mark is not a vital part, but Likely is doing his thing. We knew he was a decent backup when Mark didn't play last year. But this year he started off real shaky, dropped the ball versus the Colts, if I'm not mistaken, that could have kept us in that game to win it. Hadn't been getting very much spin with Mark being out there. Mark got hurt, Likely has really showed up and done what is asked of him. They ain't put a lot on his plate, but he's done what is asked of him for him to take this pass, which was he was really open from the jump. They blew the coverage. He got it, went down there and scored, and that kind of started our scoring. They got their score next with a pass from Cooper Kupp. Odell Beckham on another bomb, and he went and got this. And this one, it was double moves on both sides, but he admitted to himself his route was not supposed to be a double move. His route was not supposed to be a double move, but it ended up being it. Lamar saw it, got a touchdown, and he was behind the defense. He was so far behind the defense that he was able to slide in the end zone and get up and go score. But then, the Rams scored the next two times, a touchdown from Matt Stafford, another field goal. Tucker got a touchdown a field goal right before the half, and another field goal coming out of the half. Linderbaum snapped it. We got a safety just when we tied it up and got to it. That safety put them up 22-20. When we go back down, they don't get anything out of that possession, and we come back and get 3 and take the lead. That scared me. We get a 21-yard touchdown from Zay Flowers. I forgot about this. I forgot about the touchdown to DeMarcus Robinson, who was a Raven last year. He caught the ball and tried to do the little Park Heights shuffle. It was kind of shady, kind of shaky. Didn't look great. So yeah, DeMarcus Robinson's Park Heights strut was not what it was supposed to be. But anyway, they took the lead on that, and this is a clutch, and I mean clutch drive from Lamar. Went down the field with, I ain't gonna say with ease, but we had enough time to run the ball, I thought, but we didn't run the ball not one time. All through the air, and we ended up on 3rd and long. It was like 3rd and 20 something, maybe 3rd and 17. And I'm thinking that maybe we just gonna play this safe and get this field goal. Bam, deep touchdown pass to Zay Flowers, which put us in the lead. Now again, you're thinking under 2 minutes we're gonna put this game away. Marlon had the defensive drive from hell. He got beat on 2 passes. Then we got pressured in the red zone to force Stafford to throw it up. Because if you get pressure on Stafford, he'll throw it up. Threw it right to Marlon. Dropped it. But they kicked the field goal. We're going to overtime. We get a possession. They get a possession. Both teams punt. Then the epic punt return by Tylan Wallace. But let's kind of get into the numbers. First downs. They outgained us by 24-21. Y'all know I love the 3rd down stat. We were not good on 3rd down. Again, 4 for 12, 25%. That's not the standard. That is not the standard. They were 6 for 16, but for us offensively to stay on the field and keep the other team's offense off the field so they can't score points, we have to be better on 3rd down. I put multiple videos about us and our 3rd down production or lack thereof out there. This was another case of us not being productive as we need to be on 3rd down. We outgained them by 39 yards. They had 2 more plays, but we had a lot of big plays. We were getting the chunk plays today. Time of possession, which is another thing that I, am a big factor in. They beat us in time of possession. Now, normally when you lose time of possession and you lose turnover battle, because we lost turnover battle 1-0, you normally lose the game. But we didn't. That's the mark of a good team. Because normally when you lose time of possession and you lose turnovers, you normally lose the game. But the mark of a good team, you found a way. You found a way to win. Let's go to the next stats. These are the possessions. And people talked about the defense sucked. Yeah, early they gave up. They were running down our throat. Kyron Williams had, I think, 114 yards, if I'm not mistaken. So they deserve the fact to talk about the defense. But look at this stretch right here. They got their 2 touchdowns early in the second quarter. This field goal is after the interception, after Lamar's interception. They got this field goal, took a kneel, punt, on 3 plays. So that's a 3 and out. Punt on 5 plays. Punt on 6 plays. And this should have been a 3 and out, but they called a bogus pass interference on Marlowe. So that should have been a 3 and out. And a punt right here. So this sequence coming out of halftime, that should have been where we offensively put our foot on the gas and blew these people out. But we didn't. So, yeah, the defense didn't play great. But for this stretch right here to keep us in the game, they played amazing. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 possessions. They only had 3, 6, 12, 17 plays, which is great. That allowed us to stay in the game and catch up and do whatever we need to do to figure some stuff out offensively. Then they got a touchdown at the end. That's the touchdown to DeMarcus Robinson that he caught. If I'm not mistaken, he caught that on Marlowe. I think. I know he caught one on Marlowe. And then the field goal at the end of the game, then their punt is in overtime. But then you look at our possessions, the Ravens' possessions. Early in the game, punt. We get a touchdown on the pass to Likely. We get a touchdown on the deep pass to Odell. Then we get the interception on the underthrown ball to Bateman. Bateman had a deep ball early in the game that he was looking at something else and stopped running. And then he looked up and saw the ball and tried to return it back on and just couldn't get there. Then we threw the deep ball to him on the interception. It was behind him. So I don't know what the issue is with him and Bateman and chemistry and whatnot, but hopefully we get that figured out. Figured out. Then you get field goal. We tied it up 20-20. Then you get the fumble, which was the safety when Tyler Linderbaum snapped the ball. And you get another field goal. Then you get the touchdown on the clutch drive in the fourth quarter under 2 minutes. Then we ended up with the one possession we had in overtime. We punted. Obviously the second possession was the punt return for a touchdown. Let's talk about individual numbers. Lamar Jackson, 24 for 43, 316 yards, three touchdowns, 1 interception, 92.8 passer rating. Now that's over 50%. Should be probably mid 50s, right around 55, 56. Somebody can do the math for me. 316 yards. I can't remember how many times Lamar has had 300-yard passing games this year. It's not very many. I also can't remember how many 3 touchdown games he had. Again, not that many. But this is a good day for Lamar throwing the ball. He was able to navigate the pocket constantly without panicking. He had some decent protection at times, and when protection broke down, he was able to navigate the pocket, eyes down the field, duck his shoulders, spread out or sprint out, and still look down the field and make throws. That was really impressive by me from Lamar. I looked at those little nuanced things and like he ain't just one and running. He looking, seeing it ain't open. He navigating the pocket, whether stepping up, stepping back, or whatever, and then trying to deliver the ball down the field. Playoff football, you got to be able to do that. And well, not just playoff football. This stretch of games we got left, Jags, 49ers, Dolphins, Steelers, you got to be able to do that stuff because they all got good defenses. So, and again, and I didn't put that up there, but Lamar is 19-1. I know he don't care about it, but he's 19-1 versus the NFC. 19-1. This is his pass chart, from those 43 passes. Look how much the ball is down the field. And the thing is, anything over 15, 20 yards, those are shot plays to me. So you got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 plays over 20 yards thrown down the field. We'll take that. Because the thing is, even if you're not hitting all of them, the threat of that, and now you got to have 2 safeties back there. Now you can run the ball and do some of the things you want to do. Even though we didn't run it the greatest, but still, for the next team that we play, okay, they hit a few deep balls, and we got to keep that. We got to be aware of it. So the Jacksonville got to be aware that they'll throw the deep ball, and you can't just load the box or cram the box. You got to be aware of it, and they got guys that can catch them now. So this chart kind of shows you where he was efficiently. Now, I don't like the fact that all 3 of those deep balls on that left side. We need to kind of be on both sides, right and middle, but the deep shots were there, so I'm cool with it. Receiving wise, Odell. Again, I told y'all, I think this stretch run after this break, he gonna show up. Didn't disappoint yesterday. I only had 4 catches, had 10 targets. I only had 4 catches, but had 97 yards and touchdown. And now, if he get 10 targets again, his catches need to be around 7 or 8. I will say that. This is a 60% catch rate. That catch rate needs to be 70 or 80%. So if he get 10 targets Sunday night, they need to be 7 or 8 catches. All right, likely at 5 catches, 83 yards, which is great. For him, Zay 6 catches, 60 yards and a touchdown. That huge catch, to get the touchdown in the fourth quarter. Aguilar had some big catches, some really big catches. I think, if I'm not mistaken, on third down. So we can't sleep on Aguilar for his contribution. And then Bateman, he was 2 for 24. So, and then obviously you had some check downs and whatnot. And he did a decent job of taking some check downs too when the deep stuff weren't there. He did a decent job of taking some check downs when the deep stuff weren't there. This is Odell after he scored his touchdown. I don't know what that celebration was. Looked like it might have been something from Thriller, but I don't even know. He kind of got me on this one. So, no clue. Next up. Rushing. I really don't like the fact that Lamar leads us in rushing. Like, I understand why, because I don't remember but one or two call runs. So most of these came out scrambles. But I understand Keaton 6 yards a pop, and I know I'm with y'all. Keaton should have got touched the ball more, but there were 2 plays in a row where his pass pro was bad, and I'm sure that's why he got took out. There were 2 plays in a row where his pass pro was bad, and I'm almost sure that's why he got took out, because we can't afford for his pass pro to be bad and Lamar to take some hits, some unexpected hits, some hits that could hurt him down the stretch. So I think that's why he got took out, and that's why he only got 9 carries, because I remember 2 plays in a row. His pass pro was bad, and Lamar got ran off his spot, and you can't really have that. You got to have a guy in there that can pass pro. And you can't just stick him in when it's going to be a run play. So you either going to have to leak him out and let him be part of the route concept, or it's a run play. If he want to be an every down back, he got to get better at pass pro. Size don't matter. He just got to get better at pass pro. All right. And then Gus, I think Gus is falling off the cliff, man. Gus, the stuff has to be blocked right for Gus to be successful. If it's not blocked right, Gus ain't really making nobody miss. He ain't even really running no people no more. So, I mean, I think going forward, Gus can come in and be the short yardage stuff. And I like when they use Gus as a fullback when they did the stretch stuff. And don't even get me started on not running enough stretch. I ain't gonna even talk about that too much today. But Keaton Mitchell, 6 yards a pop. I don't know why Justice Hill didn't get any carries, but I think him and Justice probably gonna be the guys going forward, and just Gus gonna be the hammer guy, because he just ain't looking too high. 2 yards, and it's every week. It's 2.2, it's 3.3, it's 2.5. Man, we've known Gus to be a 5-yard carry guy, and he's just not getting that anymore. So we'll see. But we got what? 124 plus 15, 139 yards rushing. And defensively, again, not up to the standard that we're used to seeing. We got 2 sacks, one from Big Travis Jones, another one from BK, which puts him at 11. We had been kind of getting 4 or 5 a game, but we only got 2 this game. Roquan had 10 tackles. BK had 7 tackles from the 3 technique position. Kyle had a bunch of tackles before he got hurt. Kyle, hopefully his injury is not a long-term injury. He'll be back soon, if not this week, the week after. The defense changed when Kyle went out. You couldn't do a lot of exotic stuff that you used to was doing, which is one of the reasons why I said he's either the team MVP defensively or the most versatile guy out there. Because when him out there, you can do a bunch of different stuff. And I was thinking we probably should have went 3 linebackers, and they was trying to use him as that 3rd linebacker. It wasn't really working. So I don't know if Mike just gonna have to bite the bullet and put a 3rd linebacker in there when teams try to run on us like that, or what. But something has to be done, because that first drive they just ran the ball and didn't pass until they got in the red zone. They had a lot of success running the ball out of 11 personnel, a ton of it. So we'll see what kind of adjustments Mike decides to make on that back end. Really, a lot of the passes they caught, other than Marlowe getting kind of done in, most of the stuff was against zone. Now, they did have Puka Nacua caught 1 ball. I have no idea how he caught it, how Matthew Stafford even fit that ball in there, but it was a hell of a throw, a hell of a catch. Hats off to them guys for that. I'm glad they lost, but that throw was a thing of beauty. If you love football, you can't even hate on the fact that they completed that. So it is what it is. And lastly, let's see what I got up there lastly. Oh, I'm going to end with this. The snap count. The snap count. Let me find. Morgan Moses played 89% of the snaps. Ryan Stanley 80%. And I don't think anybody asked this in the press conference. And they may have, and I just didn't see it. Why were these guys rotating? Why? I don't get why were they rotating. That baffled me as to why they were rotating. Because when I saw Falele in the game, well, I about lost my mind. Like I thought Moses was hurt, or was he just getting in reps? Because he only got 8 snaps, but still, McCarr only got 14. But why? You got guys on snap count or what? Now you may have them on the snap count, but just randomly throwing them out there in crucial times. If you got your guys on a snap count, let them subs come in first and second quarter, and let our dogs play in the third and fourth if they're gonna be on a snap count. Because having Falele out there scares the bejesus out of me, especially if we pass the ball. But what I will say this was, we did a good job on Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald didn't go ape shit. We did a good job on Aaron Donald. So shout out to the O-line for that. And I praised the O-line during the game. They did a decent job of pass pro, I thought. That may be different when I go back and look at the all 22, but from the naked eye, they did a decent job of pass pro. Also, when it didn't do a decent job, Lamar did a good job of navigating the pocket. And again, our guy right there, he's 19-1 versus the NFC. And clutch, man. That drive, the touchdown to Zay, it's clutch. I wish I could have saw him walk down there and put like he got ice water in his veins and did the little vein. But that was clutch. And our guys 19-1 versus the NFC. We got a big game coming up Sunday night. Got the round table tonight at 9 where we're going to discuss this in a little bit more detail. And I appreciate you guys for coming out. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here with me. Like, comment. If you have not subscribed, please do so. Hit that bell so you can be notified when the rest of these videos drop throughout the 2023 season. One last thing I ask of you. If you have social media, grab the link that you're watching this on and retweet it on your social media and tag me in it so I can shout you out for helping your boy out. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see y'all soon. Peace.